Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today, we're talking about a modern penny that many people completely ignore, yet collectors quietly keep an eye on it, the 2011 Lincoln Shield penny. At first look, this coin feels ordinary. Abraham Lincoln on the front, the bold shield design on the back, and a small mint mark under the date. If it came from Denver or San Francisco, millions were made, and most people spend them without a second thought. But as always in coin collecting, details change everything. The 2011 Lincoln Shield penny belongs to the Shield Reverse series. Introduced in 2010, the shield represents Lincoln's preservation of the United States as one strong union. Unlike older memorial pennies, this design is modern, clean, and symbolic, which already makes it historically interesting. The Trudy E penny was struck in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco. Proof coins. All circulation strikes are made of copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams. Let's talk about real value, not hype. Most circulated 2011 Lincoln Shield pennies are worth face value 1 cent. They've been scratched, darkened, and passed through countless hands. However, condition is where the story changes. A brilliant uncirculated 2011 penny, with full red copper color and no marks, can be worth 25 cents to a few dollars, especially in rolls or mint state condition. Coins graded MS65 to MS67 by professional grading services are collected actively, and higher grades bring higher prices. Now let's move to what collectors really search for: errors. Some 2011 Lincoln Shield pennies were struck with die chips, especially around the shield lines or lettering. These small raised blobs of metal can make the coin more desirable. Another popular error is the double die. Check carefully at the date, the word Liberty, and "In God We Trust." True doubling looks clean and raised, not flat or blurry. Strong double die examples can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on clarity and condition. There are also off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, if the date is still visible. These coins can be worth $50 to $200 or more. Broad strikes, where the coin has no rim and spreads outward, are also collectible. Some 2011 pennies show weak strikes, especially on the shield lines, while not always valuable. Extreme examples can attract collector interest. Color matters more than people realize. A bright red penny is far more valuable than a dull brown one. Once the copper plating darkens, value usually drops unless there's an error. One important warning for collectors: never clean your coins. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and reduces value instantly. Collectors want natural, untouched coins, even if they look imperfect. So, should you search for 2011 Lincoln Shield pennies? Yes, because modern coins with errors are still being found. Unlike older rare coins, these are still hiding in circulation. Check your pocket change. Check coin rolls from the bank. Look closely at the shield lines, lettering, and edges. Sometimes a tiny detail can turn a 1-cent coin into a collectible piece. Selling valuable 2011 pennies is usually done through online auctions, coin shows, or trusted coin dealers. Error coins with clear visibility and good condition sell fastest. The 2011 Lincoln Shield penny teaches an important lesson: even modern coins can have value. Even common coins can become uncommon, and sometimes, the coins everyone ignores today become the collectibles of tomorrow. If you enjoy learning the real truth about coin values, modern errors, and hidden treasures, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we explore might already be sitting quietly in your pocket waiting for you to notice it. The 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If you look under the date and see no letter, that means this coin was minted in Philadelphia. Millions were produced, which is why most people assume it has no value. But that assumption is exactly why rare errors from this year still slip through unnoticed. The 1977 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008. Unlike modern pennies, this coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a heavier feel and deeper color. Collectors prefer copper pennies because they age better and hold value more consistently. Most worn 1977 pennies are worth face value, but condition changes everything. A bright, uncirculated 1977 penny with original red color can already be worth $1 to $5, even without errors. Now let's get to the real reason collectors search for this coin: mint errors. One of the most valuable errors is the double die. Look closely at Liberty, "In God We Trust," and the date, true doubling, appears raised and clean, not blurry. A strong double die 1977 penny can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on clarity and grade. Another popular error is the off-center strike. If part of Lincoln's face or the memorial is missing, but the date is still visible, collectors pay strong money. These coins often sell for $50 to $300 or more. Die cracks and die chips are also common on late-stage dies from 1977. You may see raised lines across the coin or small blobs of metal near the letters or memorial. While minor examples bring small premiums, dramatic die cracks can sell for $200to $100. Broad strike errors are another collectible variety. These coins appear wider than normal and lack a proper rim. Broad-struck 1977 pennies are visually striking and often sell quickly. There are also clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin is missing due to a cutting error at the mint. If the clip is clean and natural, value can range from $30 to $150 or more. Color plays a major role in value. A red, original copper coin is far more valuable than a brown or dark one. Never clean your penny. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Professional grading matters if your coin is high quality or has a strong error. Coins graded MS65 or higher bring the best prices and sell faster at auctions. So why does the 1977 no mint mark penny matter today? Because it is old enough to be copper, common enough to still find, and old enough for mint errors to exist in circulation. It's the perfect coin for treasure hunting. Check your pocket change, check old jars, check bank rolls. That ordinary-looking penny could be something collectors are actively hunting for. The lesson here is simple. Never ignore a coin just because it looks common. Details create value, and errors create opportunity. If you enjoy learning the real truth about coins, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next rare penny might already be in your hand. You just haven't looked closely enough yet. Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today's video is about a penny that most people never think twice about. A penny that has passed through millions of hands. A penny that has been spent, lost, and ignored for more than 50 years. The 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks ordinary brown copper color. Abraham Lincoln facing right, 1 cent, on the reverse. But here's the truth. This penny has stories hiding inside it. And depending on condition and errors, some examples are worth far more than people expect. So before you spend this coin, watch carefully. If your 1970 penny has no letter under the date, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what no mint mark means. In 1970, pennies were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. That alone already gives this coin more collector interest than modern zinc pennies. Now let's talk about the real value in worn, circulated condition. Most 1970 no mint mark pennies are worth about 2 to 5 cents. That's the reality for coins that have scratches, dull color, or heavy wear. But the story changes completely when condition improves. A clean 1970 penny with strong details and original copper color can be worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated examples with full luster often sell for $2 to $5, and high-grade coins change everything. A 1970 no mint mark Lincoln penny graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading company can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars. Some top-grade examples have sold for much more because they are extremely difficult to find. Why? Because copper pennies were easily, most were heavily circulated. Very few survived in perfect condition. Now let's talk about where collectors really get excited. Errors. This is where ordinary pennies become extraordinary. One of the most famous varieties from 1970 is the small date versus large date difference. Many people don't realize there are different date styles. The small date variety is more desirable to collectors. Now look closely at your coin. Compare the shape of the numbers. Small differences matter. Another major error collectors look for is doubling. Check the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Check the date. If you see clear doubling, not machine doubling, that can be a double die error. Strong double die 1970 pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. Off-center strikes are another valuable error. If the design is clearly shifted and the date is still visible, collectors pay serious money. $50, $100, sometimes much more. Broad strike errors happen when the coin is struck without a proper collar. The coin spreads wider and loses its rim. Collectors love these errors. Clipped planchet errors are also important. If a clean curved piece is missing from the edge, that's not damage. That's a mint error that happened before the coin was struck. Struck-through errors occur when grease or debris blocks part of the design. These coins may look weak or missing details and can be worth good money. Now let's talk about one of the biggest myths online. You may see headlines claiming a 1970 penny sold for millions of dollars. Here is the truth. No normal 1970 no mint mark Lincoln penny is worth millions, But the reason those stories exist is because collectors know something important. If a penny is struck on the wrong metal, or is a confirmed experimental or transitional error, the value becomes historic. Those kinds of coins are incredibly rare. That's why people keep checking. That's why collectors never stop looking. Condition still matters more than anything. A clean penny loses value. A scratched penny loses value. A corroded penny loses value. Never clean your coin. Never polish it. Original surfaces matter. If you believe your 1970 penny is special, professional grading is the next step. Graded coins sell faster and for more money because buyers trust them. So where can you sell a valuable 1970 Lincoln penny? Coin shows, online auctions, certified coin dealers, major auction houses for high-grade or rare error coins. Never rush. Never accept the first offer without research. The 1970 no-mint mark Lincoln penny teaches an important lesson. Value isn't always obvious. Value hides in details. And sometimes, history sits quietly in your pocket. So the next time you see a penny from 1970, don't ignore it. Look closer. Check the date, style. Check the strike. Check the condition. Because the most valuable coins aren't always gold or silver. Sometimes they're copper, sometimes they're small, and sometimes they're already yours. If you enjoy real coin values, honest information, and collector knowledge, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we explore might already be in your change. Today we're talking about a penny that looks modern, feels light, and is often ignored the moment people see it. The 1983 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If there's no letter under the date, that means this penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions were produced, and because of that, people assume it's worth nothing. But that assumption is exactly why valuable coins are missed. The ELBC Lincoln penny is part of a very important period in U.S. coin history. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint changed penny composition from mostly copper to zinc with a thin copper coating. By ELBC, almost all pennies were zinc-based. That change created confusion, mistakes, and opportunities in circulated condition. Most 1983 no-mint mark pennies are worth face value. If the coin is scratched, dull, or showing gray zinc underneath, it's still just 1 cent. But clean examples are harder to find than most people realize. An uncirculated 1983 Philadelphia penny with strong luster can sell for 25 cents to $1. High-grade examples graded MS-66 or MS-67 have sold for much more. Now let's talk about what makes the 1983 penny truly special. Errors. One of the most valuable errors is the 1983 penny struck on a copper planchet. This coin should not exist. By 1983, pennies were supposed to be zinc. If a 1983 penny weighs around 3.11 grams instead of about 2.5 grams, it could be copper. Verified examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. That's why weight matters. Always weigh your coin before assuming it's normal. Another major error to look for is the double die. Examine the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date carefully. If letters appear clearly doubled, that's not damage or wear. Strong double die 1983 pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. Off-center strikes are another collector favorite. If the design is clearly shifted and the date is visible, collectors may pay $50, $100, or more. Broad strike errors are also common and collectible. These coins appear wider and flatter than normal and lack a proper rim. Clipped planchet errors happen when part of the metal blank is missing before striking. These errors often sell for good money. Strike-through errors occur when grease or debris blocks part of the design. These coins look weak or incomplete and can still be valuable. Condition plays a huge role. A damaged error coin can lose most of its value. A clean, original coin with strong surfaces is always preferred. Never clean a penny. Cleaning destroys collector value instantly. Professional grading is essential for rare errors. Collectors trust certified coins, and auction prices reflect that trust. Now let's address internet rumors honestly. You may see claims that 1983 pennies are worth millions. That is not true for normal coins, but rare error coins from 1983 can be worth life-changing money. That's the difference between hype and reality. The 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln penny teaches one powerful lesson. Small coins can carry big stories. Mistakes can create rarity, and value often hides where people aren't looking. So before you spend that penny, Stop to check the weight, check the strike, check the details. Because the next rare discovery won't come from a museum. It will come from someone paying attention. If you enjoy real coin stories, honest values, and collector knowledge, subscribe to Coinverse Hub, because the next coin we explore might already be in your pocket.